Whether you're a road tripper, RVer, or even a world traveler, having a plan in place for that just in case could save you tens of thousands of dollars.
This week we'll discuss what Skymed offers to any type of traveler at home or away that goes way beyond what other plans offer. I'm Jamie.
I'm Linda.
And this is Roaming with Rosie.
We're here in Bandera, Texas at the Alfa Motor Coach Rally. We've learned so much about these beautiful classic motorhomes this week.
We've also acquired so many tips, services, and memberships to add to our Safe RVing series.
This week, we're discussing another medical emergency plan that covers all types of travelers, Skymed. On our last episode, we shared a fantastic emergency medical evacuation plan that was specific to RVers only, FMCA Assist. FMCA Assist is included in your $50 annual membership to the Family Motor Coach Association. It's probably the single greatest reason to belong to that RV club.
Now, Skymed's emergency evacuation membership is open to anyone, no matter how you travel or where you are when the need arises. Today, we're talking to Stan, the Skymed man, to learn more about what this service offers and how they differ from others. Hey roamers, it's Jamie back at you. Today we're here sitting with Stan, the Skymed man, and we're already members of FMCA, and part of FMCA is FMCA Assist, and we did a video on that last week. What we're going to talk about today with Stan is how it's different from FMCA Assist, but also how it works with FMCA Assist if you do have that. Okay, Stan, so tell us about Skymed.
Hey, I am a FMCA member also, so I have FMCA Assist because it comes with your membership. There are some things that FMCA Assist does that we do not do, but there's many things that we do that FMCA does not do. And so we can supplement their program.
Right.
And FMCA allows us to come in and just present our program because we do more than what their program does. Theirs is more of a basic program. Ours is 18 benefits and a travel agency to go along with it. With Skymed, you can be covered even at home. You do not have to be 75 miles away from home. You are covered at home, you're covered on the road, and you're covered worldwide. And therefore, you do not have to tell Skymed that I'm going on a trip, I'm leaving this day, I'm coming back on that day, because it doesn't make any difference. You're protected wherever you are. The other big difference is with Skymed, regardless of who the competitors are, we are the only company that guarantees to take a member home in a medical emergency by the member's choice. We do not have to have the insurance company make that decision or the doctor to tell you that you need to be transported home.
Right.
If the member decides they want to go home, we take you home because you decided. And Skymed is not an insurance company. We are a membership service. During 2023, on average, we did 3 services per day.
Wow. And just to clarify, you don't have to own an RV or a recreational vehicle at all for Skymed to kick in.
With Skymed, we cover the person.
The person, right.
What your situation is doesn't make any difference to us. You can
Right.
be on an airplane, you can be on a cruise ship, you can be on a motorcycle. We cover the person. However you travel is up to you.
So say there's an emergency and you need either to be flown out by helicopter or an ambulance. How does that whole thing transpire?
If you have an emergency situation, either illness or an accident, whoever picks you up, ground ambulance or helicopter, you do not have to call Skymed and get permission to do it. The bill will go to your insurance, but if you get a bill, co-pay, a deductible, they don't pay the whole bill, you send it to Skymed, we take care of it. That's one of the things that a lot of the other companies do not do. They want you to call and get permission first.
Yeah, if you get authorization
get
first.
authorization, get approval.
Right.
Well, in an emergency, you don't have time to make phone calls.
Right.
Even if you go to let's say the ambulance picks you up, takes you to a small hospital, and that hospital cannot handle your ailment, and the doctor looks at you and says, well, we got to take you to a bigger hospital. You just go ahead and do it. You're still protected by Skymed.
Now, when I watched your seminar, you showed some instances where people had emergencies and whatnot. And one gentleman, he was an elderly gentleman. I think he broke his leg in numerous places, but he wasn't coherent. And they ended up putting him on a helicopter, and later ended up with like a $47,000 helicopter bill without even knowing that he was being put on a helicopter. Can you kind of go through how that all kind of works with Skymed?
Well, with Skymed, whether it's ground ambulance or helicopter, you're still protected.
So again, you don't have to get authorization or anything like that?
You don't have to get authorization. And even with fixed-winged aircraft, nowadays a flight south to north or east to west can cost anywhere from $30,000 to $50,000.
Oh, wow.
And these companies want their money up front.
Right.
And that's where we've had instances where some people said that the families had to pool their credit cards in order to get enough money together to get Grandma and Grandpa back home again.
Right, because they didn't have Skymed.
If you got Skymed, you use Skymed's credit card. You don't have to use your own.
Okay.
We had one instance that happened just recently here where had a motorcyclist in Alaska. He got into an accident, went to a doctor, and the doctor said that he needed to get down to the lower 48 to his doctor, but he could not fly because of respiratory problem. Skymed ended up putting him on a cruise ship.
Oh, wow.
Put him on he had his own cabin.
Oh,
he
wow.
had medical attention, he had room service. It took 4 or 5 days, got him down to Seattle, and his buddy stayed with him, and then Skymed flew his buddy back to Alaska because that's where his buddy lived. And then they rented a car for his wife to come to Seattle and pick her husband up,
Right.
and get him back to his doctor. Skymed paid for everything. So it's not a cut and dried how we get somebody home. It's whatever we need to do
Right.
to make it happen.
Right. And then I think when you mentioned that earlier in your seminar, that they also created his motorcycle and shipped that back. So they would transport basically any type of vehicle back, correct?
It can be an RV, it can be a car, it can be a truck, it can be a motorcycle, even a yacht.
And then say there's an emergency and it's determined that they need to have a medical team sent with them as they're being transported. Will that work as well? Or?
If it is on a medical transport, either by helicopter or by fixed wing, there's always medical people on board.
Okay.
Now, if you go on a commercial flight and you need to have an EMT or a nurse to go along with you, we provide that too.
Okay. All right.
If you need medical attention while you're being transported, that's taken care of.
Somebody that we know actually had a situation where the husband had a serious illness and was in the hospital, and they were in a campground, but then because he had to go so far away to get to the hospital, she didn't know how to drive the truck and hook up the fifth wheel and any of that stuff. So basically they actually reached out and somebody actually came and helped her move.
Right.
In that scenario, how would you guys help in that situation?
Well, first of all, if let's say the husband's in the hospital and the wife needs some help, the first day that a member's in the hospital, if you wish, we will send a family member or a friend to the nearest airport wherever you are the first day you're in the hospital.
Okay.
And so they can help out, do whatever they need to do, and then when everything's settled down or when the husband's discharged, we'll send that person back home. Let's say we fly the husband and wife back home to have a procedure done.
Right.
And we do not take their vehicle back home.
Right.
They decided to leave it where it is. We fly them back home. They have the procedure done in their local hospital or with their doctor. And after it's done and the doctor says you can travel again, we will fly them back to where their vehicle is so they can finish their vacation.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
So
great.
so you have the choice of either taking everything home and then staying there, or leaving it there. We take you home, have your procedure done, bring you back so you can
Continue on with what
Continue
your
on.
plans were.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. So just to clarify, this what Skymed does has nothing to do with the medical aspect of it as far as your health insurance.
That's correct. Your health insurance would take care of any medical. What Skymed does is the transportation. The only medical that they would have is on the aircraft while you're being transported.
Right.
That if you need oxygen or you need medications or whatever while you're being transported, that would be covered. But
Okay.
outside of that, your medical is covered by your medical insurance. But that is where Skymed comes in, because your medical insurance doesn't cover to get you home, doesn't cover to get your wife home, your vehicles home, your minor kids, your pets,
Right.
and that can be a big part of any illness or accident,
Right.
and that's what Skymed does.
And we've also heard that you guys are also a travel agency.
Yes, we are. We are a fully licensed travel agency where you can book airline tickets, hotel rooms, rental cars, cruises, vacation packages, all with a best price guarantee.
Okay.
And the reason Skymed started this, well, accidents and illnesses don't happen between 9 and 5 every day.
Right.
They happen in the middle of the night, on weekends, whatever. Travel agencies are closed.
Right.
So we created our own travel agency and we're fully licensed. And so we can get like airline tickets in the middle of the night.
Right.
And we don't have to go through the airlines. We go directly because we are fully licensed and we work with any airline, any cruise ship.
As far as the cost of your service, how does that break down?
If you want to do it by the month for a family, it's $69 a month. And if you want to go, the longer you do it, the cheaper it gets. If you want to do a 3-year or a 5-year, for instance, on a 5-year for a family, it gets down to about 87 cents a day per
Okay.
person.
Okay.
You can't even buy a cup of coffee for 87 cents.
Right. And then when you say family, is there a certain number that fits into family, or how does that kind of?
A family, according to Skymed, are 2 people traveling together, cohabitating together, and any minor children. If they're your own kids up to age 24, if they're in school, if they are your grandkids or great-grandkids, it's up to age 18.
Okay.
And they're covered just like you are. Anything happens to those kids are sent back to their parents.
Okay.
And if they're very young kids, they'll have an escort to go along with them.
Okay.
Your membership with Skymed,
Right.
once you are a member, number one is you can never be turned down for renewal, regardless of your age or your medical condition. You can keep it the rest of your life. And the price never goes up.
Okay.
Whatever you start with, when it comes time for renewal, it'll be the same price as the day you started.
When we were in the seminar, you said that basically it's just a series of questions they ask. There's no physical or anything that done.
There's no physical. The only questions they ask is, have you been in the hospital in the last 6 months? If you have, they want to know why. Other than that, what prescription medications are you currently taking?
So Stan, now that we're going to wrap this up, do you have any suggestions for people, even if they're not members or of Skymed, some suggestions for safety reasons should something happen?
If, for instance, if you're a Skymed member,
Right.
number one is we always suggest that you put your Skymed card in your wallet next to your driver's license.
Okay.
Right on the back of our card, it says if you need help, first thing you do is you call 911, you get to a hospital.
Right.
Second thing is you do is once you're at the hospital, even if you don't know what you need yet, call Skymed and let them know where you are.
Okay.
Now to carry that one step further, we also have an app that you can download onto your cell phone.
Okay.
And anytime you want, you just go on that app and you can check your phone number, your email, you can press a button and start a service.
Oh, from the app.
From the app, and
Okay.
it'll tell Skymed exactly where you are.
Okay. So Stan, I really want to appreciate you taking the time to talk with us today. And
My
what
pleasure.
what we're going to do is we're going to put links in the description for Skymed, and also how you can get a hold of Stan, and he can talk to you more about it. And if you're interested in purchasing Skymed, we're going to have all of Stan's information down in the description below.
I appreciate it. Safe travels to everyone.
Thanks for watching, and if you found this episode helpful, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, as it really makes a difference for our channel.
We put links in the video's description for more information about the Skymed program, as well as other equipment and services we're sharing in this Safe RV series.
There's also links for everything else we use and recommend, and when you come back and you use those links, we may get a small commission, so it's a great way at no additional cost to you to support Roaming with Rosie.
If you haven't already, make sure and hit that subscribe button.
And ring that bell, because that way you'll be notified each time we put up a new video.
And make sure to leave a comment, that way you could be part of the conversation.
Until next time,
we'll see y'all, y'all.